As an introvert, it can be intimidating to take a camera out into public, especially if you want to film and photograph other people. And if you live in a smaller town where people are more suspicious, the thought of being confronted and questioned about what you're doing with your camera can make you really not want to leave your house.
Don't be too close. I can't let you into my heart to hurt me.
But I've come up with a solution that involves a 400mm lens and lurking in the shadows. I was inspired to film and photograph people after watching Casey from Camera Conspiracies doing it. After watching his slow-motion street videography on the streets of Toronto, I never felt such a bond with humanity before.
It's just you're capturing real moments. Crying, people crying in the street like, yeah, wow, like look at that sadness. It's real. We're all experiencing these kinds of emotions, and then seeing it in slow motion, it just makes it so powerful. It gives you empathy towards these people.
Since I'm a shy person, I had to build up my confidence in photographing people. I didn't start out going to downtown Detroit where there would be plenty of people. I first went to a nature park in the middle of the countryside. The worst thing about trying to vlog in public is when people are coming up behind you and they're getting closer and closer. You're talking to a camera all by yourself. And you look like a lunatic. In some of my earlier attempts at capturing images of other people, I would take out my Sigma 28 to 70mm lens. But whenever I got too close to my subject, I felt so awkward pointing my camera at him, so most of my early shots were taken from quite a distance. Then one day when we were at the nature park at the beach and I had no intention of doing street photography at all, I was there to photograph birds with my Sigma 100 to 400mm lens. We decided to walk down the boardwalk, and that's when I had the revelation that 400mm could let me capture images of people without them noticing me. I was mesmerized by the beauty of all those people enjoying a day out on the water at Lake St. Clair. And as someone who's a bit financially embarrassed at the moment and can't afford a boat, I felt like I was right on board with those fabulous people. I have to admit, I was addicted to my 400mm street photography and videography. My next goal was to go to downtown Detroit and film all the beautiful people there. In the meantime, I had noticed that Casey from Camera Conspiracies wasn't doing so much street videography anymore since he moved out of Toronto. The people in the small town he had moved to weren't so accustomed to seeing people using a camera out in public.
Hello. I'm making a YouTube video comparing these two cameras. I make videos about Kingsville on my Vegetable Police channel. Yeah. Yeah. This is just my camera channel making a comparison video. It's so funny being in a small town. Nobody has ever seen a YouTuber shade test. And they're just like, what are you doing? Why are you filming my house? Like, are you trying to break into it somehow? Like, they're suspicious. I mean, well.
This made me wonder if my apprehension over taking a camera out in public has less to do with me being an introvert and more for it being less common in the suburbs than it is in the big city. Once when I asked a realtor if I could bring in my camera to film a house tour that he was giving us, he said it was absolutely no problem. He said that where he's from in Los Angeles, almost every other person has a camera in their hand. When I finally brought my camera out to Belle Isle in Detroit to photograph some wildlife, I was shocked by how many other people had cameras. My anxiety soon melted away and I was actually comfortable photographing some people. I was still using 400 millimeters, but I knew the next time I could definitely use a shorter focal length and not be totally intimidated. And then across the way, I noticed people in fancy dress and I thought maybe it was a wedding, but when I zoomed in with my Sigma 100 to 400 millimeter lens, I soon realized that it was a photographer taking pictures for a quinceañera. I couldn't see exactly what was going on while I was there, but when I got home and put those on my 27-inch monitor and zoomed in, I was delighted by what I saw. One of my favorite photos is this girl taking a selfie. Photographing a photographer is one of my favorite things. I've never been to a quinceañera before, but in my own way I felt like I got to experience just a little taste of it. That gown was absolutely gorgeous. Then the other day, I was watching a live stream on Camera Conspiracies, and someone asked him why doesn't he go to Las Vegas and do some more slow-motion street videography.
Vegas Strip, slow-mo. It needs you. You know, I was thinking, so I'm going to Toronto soon. I don't know that I want to do that. It's sinful. Just like, I'm skateboarding on the street, and I'm just like, there's a hot girl. Oh my God. Record. I got her. It's like stealing hot girls and then watching them later. And I try to like justify it, saying, oh, no, you're slow motion now and I'm putting it to music. You're a hero. It's sinful lust. So I don't think I should even do it. Bring the Insta360 and then I'm back in that world. I don't know, man.
I must say I was surprised by his response. I was also shocked to see him doing a live stream. I can't do live streams very often because my mind goes blank. But to call it sinful to make a record of beautiful people for future generations to behold, I don't agree with that at all. Hot people deserve to be memorialized for eternity just like anyone else. Since I don't seem to have a problem with lust, I don't see any issue in continuing to do my street photography and videography. It's so important to me to capture everyday people going about their ordinary lives without any pretense. Some people have noticed me photographing them, even from quite a distance, but I realize that even if I do get confronted, it's so worth it. If you like this video, give it a like, consider subscribing for more photography-related content from a newbie like me. God bless.